and dedication. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. If you are in a space, please go ahead. Let's turn the cameras on. Let's see your beautiful faces. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. Look, I got the I'm so happy grateful now's coming in. Let me go ahead and scroll through this thing real quick. Look, my voice is shot. We was screaming all weekend. Shout out to everybody that was at the lifestyle league. That thing was off the chain. Look, if you have not been to it was basically a whole commission in itself. They had 4 Sherman 750s there. Like it was supposed to be, I think, like 7, 8 hours. It went for like 13. It was ridiculous. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this thing started. I'm so happy and grateful now. I'm retired by March 31st, 2021. So happy and grateful now for the gift of life, family, retired 365 family, the impact this access is granted me to others. And I'm humble and now grateful now that I've impacted over 12 individuals while providing value by March 16, 2021. So happy and grateful now that I made $100,000 a week this year, and I've impacted 5,000 lives this year, and I'm a chairman 100 by December 31st, 2021. So happy and grateful now for God's grace, giving us another day. Happy and grateful now for another trading week. I'm happy and grateful now for success done in this God-given opportunity. I'm happy and grateful now that I made the decision to join this team. I'm so happy and grateful now for my Retired 365 family that I'm helping 100 people see the right side of money. And I'm happy and grateful now that Project 25K is in full effect. Let's go. I'm happy and grateful now for good health. Happy and grateful now for having the best trading and recruiting week. I'm happy and grateful now that my trading account grows exponentially as I'm fine-tuning the skills taught here. I'm happy and grateful now for the journey. And I'm happy and grateful now because I choose to be grateful no matter what. I made up my mind to start each day with a grateful heart. Say that. I love it. I love it. I love it. Drop some 5 emojis in the chat for yourselves, right? Let's go ahead, get some engagement going. We want to get this thing started. I got so much stuff that I want to go over because literally it was value on value on value. But we just going to go ahead, hit a couple key things. We're going to be going over this for the next year, till the next year, right? But we're going to start it like this. Right, we're gonna start it like this. It was a quote that Matt Rosa said, and I really, took it to heart, and it's gonna apply to everything else that we're gonna talk about today. He said, "If it stings, it's for you." If it stings, it's for you. So as we're going through this information, as we're talking this morning, as we're putting ourselves in position to go out and reach our goals, right? Understand that anything that's said, right now, if it stings, if it applies to maybe some habits that you have, if maybe you hear it and you're like, well, I don't got to do it that way. That means it stings. That means you're trying to change something, right? That means you're not ready to change whatever it is that you're doing to get the results it is that you want. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with where I want to start with it. Are we going to start with the gas, right? So a lady by the name of Miss Taylor, right? For those that don't know, it was a Lifestyle Leaf seminar put on by Mr. Riyadh and Sydney Jones, and they did a phenomenal job down in Atlanta, Georgia. But a lady by the name of Miss Taylor, aka the woman there on social media, she was talking about how motivation is the gas, right? Motivation is the gas. And we've actually had a lot of talks. You guys have heard this before of the difference between motivation and dedication, right? When you're dedicated to something versus when you're motivated to something. But I really love the spin that she put on it. She said that motivation is just the gas. It's the fuel for your car, right? Now, how does gas apply to your car? Well, when you get in your car, right, you need gas to go somewhere, right? So motivation, it's needed. You do need it to get to where it is that you're going. But that's something that you're going to fill up often, right? It's cheap. It's not something that's going to be expensive. And it's, let's just kind of go from the notes. How do you feel when your tank is on full versus when it's on E, she said, right? How do you feel when your tank is on full versus when it's on E? When your tank is on full, right? You're ready to go anywhere. Think back to maybe high school, whenever you got your first car, maybe it was college, maybe you was in your 20s. It doesn't matter how old you were, right? But when you have, it might be right now, when when you have that full tank of gas, you're ready to drive anywhere. You're ready to do anything. It don't matter how far it is. Let's go. We out of here, right? But when that tank is on E, how you feel, right? Somebody try to take a trip somewhere. Nah, I ain't got no gas, right? I don't think we want to go ahead and get and go over there. So it's a totally different. There we go. It's a totally different experience when you got gas, right? Because when you have it, you're on top of the world. You feeling great. But when you don't have it, you're just like, and I gotta go pay for gas. I gotta go get something, right? Your whole mood changes, right? Now, when you take that, right, your dedication, that's the engine, right? When something's wrong with the engine, it's a totally different situation. You know, that's not a $20 fix, right? When the gas isn't in there, how do you refill your gas every day? For what we're talking about over here, that's your motivation. That's waking up, that's doing your affirmations. That's waking up, writing what you're happy and grateful now for. That's waking up, making sure you're doing IPAs, income producing activities on a regular basis, right? But the engine, that's a totally different situation. That's not a quick fix. That's not some. If you need gas and you going down the street, look, even if you only got a couple dollars, hey, put $5 on it, put $10 on it, put $20 on it. If you ball it, hey, let's go ahead and fill this thing up, right? You're not necessarily worried too much about the cost of that expense, right? But when it's the dedication, when we talk about the engine, you start hearing something rattling, you're praying there's nothing wrong in there, right? You're praying there's nothing wrong in there because that's an expense. If something's wrong with that engine, that's something that's going to take some time to fix. That's not something that you're going under the hood to try to, okay, unless you're a mechanic, most people aren't, right? But most people, you're not going under your hood. Okay, well, if I do this part, you're not doing all that, right? You're gonna take it to where? Drop it in the chat. Where are you taking your car? Where are you taking your car if you start hearing some rattling? It's making some sounds you don't necessarily like, right? Where are you taking that thing? The mechanic, right? Now, what's one thing that the mechanic always says, right? What are they gonna do when you take it to them? Well, so let me see if anybody knows this. What's the mechanic gonna say when you take it over to them? But before they even see anything, right? You let them know. You hear some rattling in the engine. He asks you what's wrong. No, he don't ask you what's wrong. Mechanic don't ask. He'll ask you, what you heard, right? He might say what you heard, why'd you bring it in? But he gonna say, let's go ahead and pop the hood, right? He gonna pop the hood. He wants to see what's going on because he knows you don't know. That's why you're bringing it to him, right? He knows that you don't know. All you can do is tell him, hey, I heard something. This is what I was doing when it happened. And he's now gonna go find that problem, right? The mechanic, or she, I don't know. The mechanic is gonna go figure out what's causing that issue, right? Now, when you take your car to the mechanic, I got a question. Are you in there with the mechanic while they're fixing the car? Or are you sitting in the waiting room? Or are you going out and getting some food, right? What are you doing when your car is with the mechanic? Waiting room, right? Y'all waiting. You're not in there asking questions. You're not in there. Hey, well, did you check that over there? You're not asking the mechanic questions, right? When it's gas, that's on you. You look, fill that thing up. Ain't no questions asked. With the mechanic, what'd you do? You gave it to him. You let him do his thing. You got it back. You just happy it's running smooth. You might ask a couple questions, but you on your way because the problem is now solved, right? You trust the mechanic to go ahead and take care of what you went there for, right? Now, how does that apply over here? Well, what's the mechanic? The mechanic is your mentor, right? When you have a problem, whether it's in your business, when you have a problem, right, with something you feel isn't going right, do you go to your mentor and say, well, hey, this is what's happening. This is what I think I should do to fix it. And then go and do your own thing? Or do you let the mechanic handle the situation, right? When I have a problem in the business, when I have something going on in the back office, who am I talking to? I'm talking to my mentors. I'm talking to Paris. I'm talking to Charles. I'm talking to somebody that has the results it is that I'm looking for, right? And then I'm going out and doing the whatever they said that I should be doing to go ahead and get to that next level, right? I'm going ahead and she said, I'm still waiting 5 sticks on it. So I'm going out and I'm doing whatever it is that they say to do, right? Right? But why am I doing that? Because you have to trust that the mechanic knows how to fix the problem, right? I can't keep asking the mechanic 20 different questions about how they told me to fix what's wrong, right? They gave you what it is to fix it. But what happens is, all right, we go in the business, for example, or in your trade account and anything, you go to the mechanic, you tell the mechanic what's wrong, and then you tell the mechanic how to fix what's wrong. And you don't listen to what the mechanic told you to do, and now you're stuck, right? Because guess what? If you leave the shop, does the mechanic care that you don't get your car fixed there? Yes or no? Yes or no? Does the mechanic care if you decide to not take their advice when they come back and say, hey, this is what's wrong, I can go ahead and do this right now? And you say, nah, I'm good. Are they crying? Are they? No, the mechanic don't care. Why? Because once you leave, there's another car pulling up in the shop. Somebody else coming through with something else wrong, and the mechanic is gonna go ahead and help them because they're gonna let them help, right? So you gotta understand that same thing in your business. Nobody's not to be, whatever. Nobody cares, right? If you decide not to take that advice, because the only person that it hurts is you. There's gonna be somebody else that's coming along that wants that leadership. There's gonna be somebody else that's coming along that wants that guidance. There's gonna be somebody else that's coming along that's gonna want to listen to get to that next level, right? So you got to understand for everything that you're doing, whatever is going on right now, if you feel like I'm having a hard time getting my first 3, I'm having a hard time getting my first 12, I'm having a hard time getting to that next rank or whatever it might be, right? I'm having a hard time in my trade account. I'm having a hard time doing this. When you go to the mechanic, don't go with, hey, well, this is what's happening. I think I should do this, that, and the third. Hey, this is what's happening. This is what I've done. What can I do? Right? Go there, accept whatever solution that they give you, and work it, right? Work it because they've been there before. And at the end of the day, right, one or two things is going to happen. Guess what? If you take that car from the mechanic, and it's working today, and then a month later you start hearing something again, what are you going to do? You're going to take it back. Say, hey, look, I know we fixed this, but I hear something a little, I just want to make sure it's good, right? You're going to come back for that checkup, right? You're not just going to keep driving it. You're going to come back for the checkup. So it's okay if things don't go perfect every time. The mechanic might miss something because guess what? There's a lot of moving parts in that car. You might not have told him something that you maybe overlooked in the first place. So you got to understand that you got to let the system really, really do its thing, but you got to trust that process along the way. So that's definitely something I wanted to go over is there's always going to be some type of problem, right? There's always a problem, but sometimes it's a problem that you can fix by adding gas, by, changing the oils, something easy, right? But a lot of times those bigger problems, that's something that's going to require more, right? Sometimes it requires you looking on the inside and saying, all right, what am I not doing, right? I know I think I'm doing everything right, but am I doing everything right? Right? Sometimes people will say, hey, well, look, I'm doing everything and I'm just discouraged. I'm doing everything and this isn't happening. I'm doing everything and it's not moving, right? And then they stop doing everything. And then what happens? Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing's going to happen if you stop, number one. But make sure that you're picking up the phone. Make sure you're having those conversations. Make sure you're putting yourself in a position to figure out what's the missing piece. Because guess what? It works. So you got to figure out, what am I doing that it's not working right now? Right? Or maybe I just need to keep doing what I'm doing because I'm doing the right thing. If you are doing the right thing, and it will work, right? So that's the first thing, right? The second thing was we went over the success cycle, and I thought this was super, super powerful. Matt Rosa really broke it down. I forgot where he said he heard it, but I heard it from him. He heard it from somebody. Ain't none of us claiming it, but we're gonna go ahead and teach it like we own it. So we just gonna draw this thing out real quick. Hold on, we're gonna test my drawing skills on this computer. Dead. Okay, this don't work. So let me see. Bomb. All right. So down here, well, up here, what we got? We got, I'm gonna use text because I don't like drawing on this thing at all. UO right here. We got, and y'all can draw this on your own paper. For those who are taking notes, it's gonna be super powerful for y'all. We gonna we're gonna draw like that. Okay. And over here we got, okay. And then down here, we got to that. All right, bet. So let me get my little pointer. All right, so over here, who has seen the success cycle before? Drop a number 1 in the chat if you've seen this before. Drop number 2 in the chat if it's your first time seeing this. Let me see who we talking to. 2, 2, 2. All right, we got some 2. We got a bunch of 2s coming in. Somebody said 32. I don't know what 32 is. All right, Gloria says she's seen it before. All right, cool. So we got one person that's seen it. So the success cycle. At the top left, right? This is what happens when you first join a business, right? This may be many of you right now. This might have been you a couple weeks ago, right? Maybe you're transitioning. Don't really matter. But in this stage right here, you have uninformed optimism, right? Go ahead and write that out, and I'll type it for y'all. Let me type it right here. Uninformed optimism. That's not how you spell optimism. There we go. Uninformed optimism. So, the way. So in uninformed optimism, right? Let me go ahead and make sure I got everything. Here we go. So in uninformed optimism, what's happening is this is like the stage when you just get started. You're excited about uninformed. There we go. So with the uninformed optimism, appreciate that. This is when you just get started in the business, right? You're excited about all the potential, the possibility about everything it is that we talked about. You just got off, maybe a couple webinars. You got off a 3-way. You had some information. You had a call, and now you're excited about the possibilities, right? I'm gonna make $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, $100,000 a month, right? They show I just made $20. You win your first trade, right? In this stage is the excitement. This stage is amazing and can get you to an amazing level. You can hit P600, P1000, P2000 off uninformed optimism, right? Just by getting started and really just running the play the way the play is laid out to be, right? Now, everybody's going to experience all of these, but the thing is, it's about how quickly you experience them and what you do while you're there, right? So from here, you're going to go to IP. IP is informed pessimist. So you're an informed pessimist. Who knows what? Drop in the chat. What's the definition of a pessimist? Somebody drop it in the chat. Let me see who knows the definition of a pessimist. Oh, wait. I know it's a little delay. A negative person, someone who always has a negative outlook, sees the worst. Yeah, so the definition of a pessimist, that's good. That's all really good. The definition of a pessimist is a person who tends to see the worst aspect of things or believes the worst will happen, right? Or it can also be a person who believes that the world is bad, right? Good or evil, things like that. So with this particular one, right? Poor outcomes, exactly. In the IP stage, this is when you found out, this is the first day you found out it's not a get rich quick scheme. Like we said it in the beginning, you heard it on the opportunity call, right? You're like, okay, cool, right? And then you actually find, like, this is when you accept, oh, this ain't a get rich quick scheme. Wait, I actually got to watch a video. Wait. I might actually lose a little bit of money. I can't over leverage, right? Like this is when you start seeing, this is when you start seeing things, right? You have to do something. Right. I actually have to do something. That's that stage right here. And now you fear, and it doesn't matter what package you have. I don't care what package you have, right? DCX, ECX, HFX, it don't matter. This that moment you're like, okay, Wait. So he went 0-3 today. Wow, this educator sucks. Man, I ain't never watching this educator again, right? you a little bit informed. You know, watched a couple videos, and now you like, man, he went 0-3. I ain't getting on none of his calls. I ain't getting on none of his calls ever again. The man done, we talked about this last week. The man done went, right, 10-0 for the week. He got one bad day. Now he can't trade. Now he can't trade. Look, I'm watching him like, oh, he missed that? Oh yeah, I know I'm in this right now. It's over. It's over. I seen it. I knew it was going the other way. Okay, bet. Right? You're an informed pessimist now, right? But this person believes that the worst is gonna happen. Well, am I really gonna make money? Am I really gonna get to that 6 figures? Right? Am I always gonna blow an account? Can I really get this store done in time? Can I really make whatever it is? You're the smart person now. We don't need smart people. To be honest. But hold on. What do you say? Hold on. I wrote this down. Hold on. I wrote this down. What does it say? Okay. When you realize that trading on a 0.01 will make you a millionaire. that was what Matt said. He said when you realize trading on a 0.01 won't make you a millionaire. I got started. I'm about to make a lot of money. Throw $100 in that trade account, put a 0.01. You make $10, and you like, wait, what? $10? You ain't never make $10 from pushing a button on your phone in your life, but you not. I only made $10. Man, this thing don't work. This thing trash, right? But then you got the valley, right? So this is the valley of despair. Let me write the whole thing out. So this is the valley of despair. We're going to go ahead and move this thing right here. 10 is essentially 10K though. Facts. Hey, it's all about how you look at it. So in the valley of despair, right? Where we at? So we all are going to enter this, point in time at some point, right? But you have to decide if you're going to stay there, right? This is the part where you can get stuck, right? Stuck. Some people get stuck there. In the valley of despair, you're going to come across things, right? This is like that hump or hurdle you have to get over to actually, be on your way to success, right? In this space right here, you're not feeling, kind of what I was talking about in the beginning. Things ain't working, right? I've been doing, like we talked about with the mechanic. I've been doing all the right things. I've been talking to people and nobody's coming. Or people are coming, but they're not signing up. And, I feel like they've seen everything. I did the same thing that they did. Why is it not working for me? Now you're coming up with all the excuses of why things won't work in your mind. And we talked about this, when we talk about the self-confidence formula, right? What you focus on grows. So when you're down here, there's going to be things that don't work. There's going to be things that aren't going your way. But it's all about how you look at it. If you're looking at this as, it's not working, it's still not working, why isn't it working? What are you thinking about? You're thinking about it not working. So what's going to happen? It's going to continue to not work because you're speaking, it's not working. You're speaking, it's not working. You're seeing, it's not working. And it's continuing to what? Not work. You're getting exactly what you asked for because you're asking for it to not work with your words. Even though you think it's harmless and saying all the stuff that you're saying, it's not harmless, right? And it puts you now in this rut because you're creating the life that you don't want, right? You're literally creating the life that you don't want. And let me go over here right here. It said, let me see. This was a quote from the book Think and Grow Rich. And where's my book? Hold on. Is it over here? No, it's not over here. Okay. Hold on. You know what? Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna type it in because I wanted the full quote. I got like half the quote. Those see. I want the full quote. I know Paris or Charles could probably quote this thing. Quote, think and grow rich. Bear with me. Oh, here we go. All right, bet. Found it. Shout out to Google. All right, so the quote is, remember too that all those who succeed in life get off to a bad start and pass through many heartbreaking struggles before they arrive. The turning point in the lives of those who succeed usually comes at some moment of crisis through which they are introduced to their other selves. So I'm gonna read that one more time, right? Remember too, that all who succeed, so this applies to everybody, anybody who succeeds in life gets off to a bad start, right? Nobody's gonna get started and just have the most amazing testimony ever in the world, right? Even the person that has the biggest trading day testimony, even the person that's taken the little amount to the big amount, guess what? They had a bad start. What did they have to do? They had to study. They had to go through the information. They had times where they probably didn't sleep. Like they were doing things that was uncomfortable for them that they had to put themselves in a position to do, right? So everybody had a bad start and passed through many heartbreaking struggles before they arrived. And understand that their struggles might not be here in this business, right? You might see somebody come in, they seem like they're on mile 2. You're just getting started. You ain't barely got out the blocks, right? Why? Because they probably have gone through those struggles in some other area of their life. They've adopted and gotten over things that are going to help them get to where they need to be. They just maybe went through it somewhere outside the business, right? So you feel like somebody's having all this amazing success, but they went through the personal self-development before they got here, right? They're already 10 steps ahead of you, even though they just started, right? It says before they arrive. And it says the turning point, though, in the lives of those who succeed. So, the turning point, this right here, we're turning from the valley of despair, usually comes at some moment of crisis through which they are introduced to their other selves. And that's just powerful because you got to start finding the you that believes in you, the you that knows that you're going to get, like, you're going to get what you want, right? Like we talk about, I know when I'm entering like certain areas, and I can do better in different things, but I know when I'm entering certain arenas, I'm going to win. Like I'm not coming out of here not winning. Like it could be my worst day, sick, laid up. I ain't been in practice. I ain't did whatever. I'm getting top. I'm on the podium. I don't care what happened. I don't care how I feel. And I'm about to be up there, right? But you got to get through that for yourself and understand what is it going to take for you to know you're going to win, right? And that leads to, if you can get out of here, right? Let me get the drawing tool right here. So it goes from here to here. Then you go from here to here. Now it can go from here to here. However, like I said, if you get stuck here, what's going to happen? You're going to keep starting over and doing new things. I don't know what I just did. There we go. You're going to keep starting over and doing new things. So instead of you going this way, you now ended up back over here. Uninformed optimism. That's ugly. Let's try this again. There we go. So you're going to end up here and you're like, okay, this doesn't work. I'm going to try this. I've been doing this for XYZ long. I need to go do something else. Well, guess what happens when you do something else? You're back over here to uninformed optimism. Then you become an informed pessimist that this something else still requires work. Whatever that something else is. I don't know what that's something. Maybe you're going to sell t-shirts. Maybe you're going to sell tea. Maybe you go, I don't know what it is you're going to go do, but you can understand that there's going to be some challenges. You're not just going to join, hey, I'm making 10,000 because I started something else. No, because it's something new, right? And then you're going to end up right back here and you're going to still have to figure out, how do I get out of here, right? But you make it out of this, right? You make it out of this. Oh, hold on. Before we go there, this was a good one. Another good quote. He said, for the Valley of Despair, I don't know what it is that y'all trading or using in the platform, but let's take it to what we do, right? Let's say you're on the Forex package, right? You're like, I'm struggling, it's not working, right? And not that you can't find your thing, not that you can't find something else that really works better for you, but then you go over, all right, look, well, I'm gonna go over to HFX. All right, bet. I see everybody winning over there. You get over to HFX and you look like, dang, it's not working. Why is it not working? Dang, all right, I'm over trading. I'm over leveraging. Same thing I was doing over there, it's just happening faster. Okay, let me go to crypto. Go over to crypto, do the same thing, right? Like, okay, well, that's not working. Let me start an online store real quick. Every single time you're ending back up over here because you're still starting over. You're still starting over and you're realizing it's not the thing that's holding you back from getting to where you want to go, right? And all right, let's go to IO. So IO, this is your informed optimism. This is when you realize informed optimism. I'm not, hold on. There we go. Informed optimism. So in this stage right here, right? Thank you, Art, is you holding you back. In this stage right here, you realize, okay, this can really work. You realize that the Valley of Despair had a reason, right? The Valley of Despair had a reason. You had to go through that to get to this stage. Because if you didn't go through that, you wouldn't respect where you're at right now. You wouldn't keep going. You would just stay over here somewhere, end up down here, and again, back through this little cycle that you don't want to be in. But once you become an informed optimist, right? I feel like informed optimism for me was that morning. I was talking with my good friends, Keenan. We having a conversation, and we made some good money. I think we was trading. It was like morning. I hadn't even got out of bed yet. I made like $300-400, and then it was just like, bro, this is when y'all heard me start talking about this. To say, yo, $10,000 a month is only $300 a day, like $333. Like it's only $333 a day. We just did this and like we didn't even get out of bed yet. Like I'm in bed, we on Zoom trading, and I'm just like, wait, we didn't even get out of bed. I feel like, okay, I'm informed now. Okay, I got some information. I've been in the academy doing my thing. Now I realize, okay, that's all it takes to make $10,000 a month. Now I'm in this stage. What am I also doing? I'm doing the right things. You're writing your affirmations. You're writing your goals. You're doing the things necessary to keep the success it is that you're trying to get to, right? But in this stage, right, this is, even though you got it, you're now also duplicating and helping others get to where it is that you want to go, right? You're now helping the new person go from uninformed to informed, helping them get through their valley. Because guess what? You can't help somebody else get through their valley if you ain't get through yours. You're trying to get people started, right? You're frustrated that nobody wants to get started, but you got started and you're already down here. You didn't enjoy these phases right here. You came in, I'm a pessimist. Okay, I talked to 5 people, this ain't working. I've been here 30 days. I talked to 20 people. I didn't actually write my list out. I didn't talk to 2 to 3 people per day. I didn't follow the blueprint. I didn't do it the way that they said do it. I didn't get that many people on 3-way phone calls, right? I know they said to write a schedule out, but I didn't write a schedule. I know they said to do my affirmations every morning, but why do I need to do that? I don't know which part of those things that you skipped, but you would do this, but you wouldn't do that. Well, I know you said to do that, but okay. And you say, okay, and you come back, hey, what's your schedule looking like for the week? You ain't got no schedule. You don't got no note card. You don't got no note cards in front of you when you don't have your success environment, right? You skip the small things and then you go from this to this. Because when you were uninformed, all you had to do was follow the informed. But you decided to be uninformed and stay uninformed and not listen to the person that had the results. So now when you get informed that, oh, wait, there's people making money? Oh, wait, I can do this, that, and the third. Wait, I actually have to do the stuff they was telling me up here? Now you just delayed your success. Then you end up down here because you done been here 3 months and you ain't got no results. Because you wanted to do it your way. You wanted to be the mechanic of the car and you ain't never touched a car in your life. But you want to fix it yourself. And you don't want to listen to the person trying to help you. Now we come up here, we're informed optimists. Now we're duplicating. Now we're creating other people that now understand this cycle, that now understand the blueprint, right? That now understand the 72-hour fast start, that are plugging into the calls, that are doing the things that they need for their personal 5 reasons why, right? Now, this right here is a slippery slope back to here. Because if you stop doing the things that got you here, you're going to end up right back, right? You're going to end up right back from here, and it's going to go, where my line at? It's going to go right back here. When you want to go to success. Because if you get here and you stop doing what got you here, you're going to end up back down here, right? And now you got to get yourself out of this. But this is like we just said in the chat, is you holding you back. So now you got to get out of your own mind. You got to get out your own mind. But now to get from here to here, right? To get from there to success, what do you have to do? What do you think you have to do to get to that last level? What do you think you have to do to get to that last level, guys? Don't skip the small things. Drop it in the chat. What do y'all think we got to do to get to that last level? Thank you, Ken. Just run the play. Yes, it's that simple. Run the play. At this level, you've now done and are consistently doing everything that you were told to do in the first place. You listen to the mentor, you listen to the mechanic, right? You're filling up your gas every day. Every time you wake up, you're making sure you're doing the little things, you're showing up to the trainings, you're teaching other people what it is that you've learned, right? You're doing the little things. Now you're in a position to start growing, you're duplicating, you're getting the things that you want. But you got to keep doing this. Otherwise, this can easily slip back to any of these levels. Any of those levels, right? So you got to ask yourself, number one, where am I right now? Right? Am I brand new? Am I uninformed? I've been here maybe, 20, 30, 60 days. I'm informed, but I'm having doubts, right? Maybe I haven't been doing the things the way they said to do them. Maybe I'm not believing the way I should be believing. Maybe I don't actually have faith the way I say I have faith. Like, it's cool to say I got faith, but it's another thing to actually go out there and practice faith, right? Everybody got faith when it's time to say I got faith. Are you doing the little things? Are you reading the books, listening to the audios, right? Are you showing up to the calls? Are you, and this is the last one I go. Are you doing IPAs or BPAs? Who knows what an IPA is? I think I know what an IPA is. Who knows what an IPA is? I actually said that at the beginning of the call. But who knows what an IPA is? It's okay if you don't. Thank you. Mr. Dyson, IPA. So what do you think a BPA is then? That's a new one. What do you think a BPA is? If IPA is income producing activities, what's a BPA? If IPA is income producing, what do you think a BPA is? Basically, broke producing activities, broke people activities, same thing. Broke producing activities. Which one's filling up your calendar? If you don't have a calendar, you already answered the question. Which one is filling up your calendar, right? Hey, shout out to Christian. Definitely, linked up with him down in A. Brought a guest out. Got somebody. Look, hey, shout out to you. But IPAs or BPAs? If broke producing activities was filling up your schedule, talking to, I don't know, talking to your best friend when you know you should be on a call, scrolling on Instagram, right? Doing things that literally cause you no results in what it is that you're trying to do, right? If you're not living the life that you want right now, you got to do some uncommon things. Your friends are not going to be doing those different things, right? The people that you're hanging around are not going to be doing the things that it takes to get to that next level. Like, they're not. And we know that, right? So if I'm spending time with those people, right? Y'all ain't even tell me my hair look crazy. Stop the play. If I'm spending time with those people, right? Or scrolling social media or sleep. If I wake up in the morning and I don't get out of bed, that's a broke producing activity. That's not producing any income, right? That's not producing results. Forget income. It's not producing results, which produces income. I know some of your goals might not be income. It's whatever your goal is, staying in bed is not gonna help you get there, right? What happens when you're in bed? You go back to sleep. You start doing things that you don't need to be doing. You get distracted, right? Bob Proctor gave a good, what's the word I'm looking for? A good training to train your focus, right? Put a dot on the wall and stare at it for 15 minutes. It's gonna be hard as heck to stare at that thing for 15 minutes. It's going to be hard to stare at it for 60 seconds. But every time your focus fades, you bring it back to the dot, right? And it's going to linger. It's okay. It's okay. You're natural. But the more you do it, the easier it will be to focus. Set a timer for yourself. Don't look at the timer. Like, just know you're going to do it for 15 minutes, right? But some of you heard that. You know what you said? I'm not doing that for 15 minutes. Okay. You're going to be doing broke people activities probably. Like, I know. It's cool. But what happens when you're doing BPAs, right? When you're doing that on a regular basis, it literally causes you to lose faith, hope, and gratitude in what you're doing. Because the more non-income producing activities you do, the more you have time to focus on things that aren't serving your purpose. The more you lose connection with why you started. The more you lose connection with, oh, well, I don't need to get on that call anyway. Oh, well, let me go hang out with my friends. Well, they going out this weekend. Let me go spend some time with them. I haven't seen her in forever. Yeah, but they want to do that. All great excuses. That's cool, right? If you go on and hear some of the different, y'all have heard some different testimonies from like the chairman and just different people in general, right? But that's what happens when you sleep in and you don't focus on your goals, right? That's really what happens. If you want 10K a month, but you're not grateful right now just for having access to the opportunity, how you gonna get to 10K? If you want 10K a month, but you're not grateful for making $150, $600, $1,000 for finishing the academy, like for the little things, you're not gonna get there, right? And you'll lose it if you do get there, right? So whatever happens to you is supposed to happen, whatever you're going through. And this is the quote I'll leave y'all with. She's I want to say, what's it, Sean? I think it was, hold on, because I love this one. I love this one. And y'all can take this for the week. What was Matt? Okay. He said, write this down. Write this last one down. I don't care where you are right now, as long as you're grateful to be there. I don't care where you are right now, as long as you're grateful to be there. Whether you making no money a month, whether you just finishing the academy, whether you ain't go through the academy yet, whether you at 150, 600, 1,000, whether you unranked, going to be ranked, if you're not grateful for where you are right now and understanding that that's part of the process to get you where you want to be, you'll never get to where you want to get to where you want to be, right? So be grateful for whatever it is that you have right now, right? Cherish it and understand that to get to the next level, it's going to take some work. It's going to take some IPAs. It's going to take filling out that calendar. Not the day of. Don't fill out your calendar the day of. You got to get up with intention for your day. Know what you're doing. Like when I travel, right? I know what time the flight leaves. Like I know what time the flight leaves, or at least have a reminder on my phone. My phone knows what time the flight leaves. My schedule, let's put it this way. My schedule knows what time the flight leaves. Now, whether or not I choose to follow that schedule is going to determine if I catch the flight or not. Hope y'all caught that. It don't matter if I know what time the flight leaves, because the flight's going to leave at that time no matter what. As long as I hear my alarm when it says it's time to go, and I get in the car and go to where I gotta be, then I'll make my flight. Some of y'all are missing your flights for your business. Some of y'all are missing your flights for your trade account. Some of y'all are missing your flights for that person that should be in your business, but they're supposed to be there. You didn't show up to the flight though. You didn't show up in time because you were doing BPAs, right? They don't care if you show up or not. It would benefit both parties if you did show up, right? But they don't care. The flight's still going to take off if you don't end up at the airport on time, right? No, it's not. Christian says, is it possible to move forward with no schedule? No, you're going to be stuck, right? So that's all I got for y'all. I ain't going to hold y'all all morning. Let's go ahead. Let's have a great day. We got 2 o'clock, 8 o'clock opportunity calls. Definitely want to make sure you guys are plugged in. Make sure we go ahead and introduce this information to those people out there that need access to, this type of community, this type of knowledge, this type of information. And we're going to make sure that we take this thing to the next level. Excited for another great week. It's been a great week. Last week in February. Look, we are moving through the month fast. The month is over. The month is over, y'all. We already 60 days, almost 60 days into the new year. Chapter 3 is coming up. What have you done? Is there training you still haven't finished? Is there something you still haven't taken live? Have you impacted your 3 people yet? Your 12 people? Are you that much closer to retiring? Whoever it is you're gonna retire? Look, we almost done with the first 2 months. And we've been saying this since the month started. We like, all right, we 2 days in, we 5 days in, we 10 days in. Y'all, we 2 months in now. 2 months in. Are you still taking it serious? The reason why you started? Or did you fall off of your confession? Right? Like I said, I'm done. Let's go ahead. Let's have a great day. What time is it?